Hello, everybody who's watching this. Thank you for joining me. I am Zaria, and I hope I'm speaking loud enough because I usually speak with headphones. But I decided to do this video as kind of an intro, a proper introduction to people that don't know me, people that haven't spoken to me in a long time, that don't know me as I am now in June 2026. And yeah, I think that we're at a big turning point as a human race. I think that, especially in America, there's this buildup, it being America 250. I think people feel like something is gonna happen, and I guess I feel it too. So my inclination is like, let's try to make something. Let's try to make something of this energy, of this feeling. I'm sick of feeling like helpless. I'm sick of feeling like I'm not enough, like I don't have enough, insecure in a monetary sense, not even insecure in a monetary sense and in a sense of self. I think I'm gonna be 26 now, man, in August of this year. So let's just say the frontal lobe has been fucking cooking this past year. The frontal lobe has been cooking, and a lot of things that worked, quote unquote, or a lot of the things I would tell myself, I realized I was lying. I was living a big fat lie. And the best way to address yourself, I think, is to be in communication with yourself, and be in communication with others. But firstly, yourself. You gotta be able to look at yourself in the mirror, in the eyes, and be like, yo, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing. Are we fucking with it? Are we not fucking with it? But I think heavy on the looking yourself in the mirror, in the eyes, yeah, and really seeing yourself and not just seeing this idea of yourself, because I think I've been living in an idea of myself. And to speak astrologically, that's what I want to say. I'm basically introducing my service to the world. I've done this before on Instagram, like, oh, send me your chart and I'll give you a reading. But like, I didn't really know that much about astrology to be offering readings in the way that I know now. And so I didn't feel confident, you know what I mean? So I had people interested, but I never followed through because I'm like, wait, I don't even know my own chart. How the fuck am I gonna tell people about theirs? But it's been a few years since I first offered it, so I'm ready to do that again. So this channel is kind of, I hope to bring people to me to seek out that service, because I feel like with the things changing, like I think astrology, because it's been around for so long, the people in power use astrology. They do things based on where the planets are aligned because they know that certain energies are going to help them get certain things done on a global scale. So I think it's good for everyday people to have that same access to that information, because it's out there. It's been out there for thousands of years, and I do believe that certain people have a knack for it. Like, I think I genuinely have a knack for interpreting charts and understanding these kind of like intangible energies or like concepts of the planets. And I think I can explain it in ways that other people can't. So yeah, this is my formal being like, I'm open for chart readings. But yeah, there's something I wanted to read to y'all as like my introduction, something I wrote, I don't know how long ago, probably like a month or a couple months ago. So bear with me, I'm gonna grab it. All right, so here it is. It's in my sketchbook. I wrote it down. I want to say this was like a couple months ago. Basically, it was like an introduction to myself an introduction to myself, like I'm meeting myself for the first time again, which is, I feel like, what's happening in a way. Like, I don't really be looking at myself that much, but anyways. So I wrote, the top of it says career in astrology, and I wrote, hi, I'm Zaria, I'm 25 years old, which I am until August, at the most confusing yet exciting time of my life so far. I'm a grown-up thinking about what I want to be when I grow up. So I look to astrology. I ask the heavens for a clue about my destiny, about how I am meant to contribute to the world. My reputation, legacy, and personal spectacle. How everyone sees you, how the public sees you. How you shine like the sun on a summer afternoon. So basically what I'm referring to is something in astrology called the midheaven, which is, astrology is like this. I'm trying to think how the perspective is. Say this is the east where the sun rises, right? The west. The midheaven in your chart is the top of the chart. So it's basically where the sun is at midday. And when the sun is up in the sky at midday, everybody can see it. So everybody can see it. So the midheaven is what you're seen as in your highest level. The midheaven has to do with your career, with your reputation, with your successes, the things that you're like in charge over and have authority over. That's the midheaven. So for me, the midheaven, which means the middle of the sky, midheaven, I have that in my chart in Libra. So that means people see me as beautiful. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, do you? Comment down below. But midheaven in Libra, and I also have Venus in Virgo at the top of my chart. So my 10th house of my chart is ruled by Virgo with Venus there, but my midheaven, the actual point of the midheaven, is the second degree of Libra. I'm gonna maybe put a visual so it's not super confusing. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm trying to bring to people that don't understand it. You know, explain how you can look at your midheaven, you can look at the signs and planets at the top of your chart and see, okay, how do people already see me, and how do I use that to my benefit, or how am I meant to contribute to the world? So I think just in my workplace experience so far, people see me as diplomatic, as easygoing. I get that I have a pleasant energy and like a calming energy, and I think bringing balance, oh my god, I hit something, bringing balance to a space, that's very Libra. That's very Libra. I feel like with Venus at the top of my chart, it just amplifies it. If you look up on the computer a Libra midheaven, it's gonna say, oh, you would do well as a diplomat, you would do well as a beautician, you would do well in anything that has to do with art, like home design or fashion design, or as like a HR person, you know, managing people's interpersonal relations in a workplace and trying to be fair, as like an ethics person in a company or at a hospital, being like, what's ethical? So those are all big Libra things. So what did I actually write? I said, I know I can manifest my dream career by embodying these energies, Libra and the Venus in Virgo. I wrote that I have a natural poise and diplomatic nature, and I'm meant to engage in creative endeavors and share them with others. And my career has to do with bringing harmony and healing to the world. And I think with Venus being in Virgo and my actual career aspirations, which is to be in healthcare, I've always wanted to work in healthcare, first with animals, and then as I got older into high school, I really want to work with mothers and women, like as an OB with babies. And then since I've actually been in the healthcare field, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be a doctor quite yet. I think I'm okay with being a nurse and being more hands-on, but still with women. So I think the health part of my career is that Virgo, so it's like having a love for health, for efficiency, for it's like a cleanliness that comes with a Virgo. And I think I can bring a beauty to the health world, or like a balance. I think the way I'm meant to bring the balance into the health world is by including the spiritual with the physical. Like, our emotional health and our spiritual health is tied to our physical health. That's what like things like Chinese medicine teaches you and shows you. So I really value that form of medicine. Even so, my grandmother's Mi'kmaq, so I'm a descendant of the Mi'kmaq tribe, which is a tribe that's from like southeastern Canada, northern Maine areas like Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and they, like many indigenous tribes, are really big on herbal medicine and also healing the spirit as well as the body. So I just think it's in my blood to approach medicine from that way. And I think it just balances things out, because we're not just bodies, we're spirits as well. We are not bodies with a soul, we're souls with bodies, you know? The soul comes first. So that's how I plan and envision embodying my midheaven. And I think that everyone has a unique signature, and I think if you're able to look at that, it might be easier to pick a career, or it might be easier to see where you benefit society most. Because I think that, of course, we want to make money. But I think if you can think about how your everyday life could help benefit others, it will benefit you immensely. So yeah, hopefully doing these videos, being able to help people with the readings, and just having something to create, because this is a creation that I'm putting out into the world, will help me embody that Libra midheaven. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you if you got this far, 12 minutes in. This is the longest video I've ever recorded so far, but first of many. So thank you for watching, and yeah, stay around if you want to learn more about astrology, learn more about how astrology can help you, and if you just want to be friends. All right, bye.